Hi, I am Alberto Lombardi. Today I want to teach you how to play Moon Over Bourbon Street by Sting. I will show you the basic chords and the form of the song first, including that mysterious chord that the keyboards play in the verse, which is just magical. Then, since I just posted my arrangement of it, I'll get into my version and my chord voicings, which are quite unique. I will also show you the right hand pattern. Finally, I'll teach you how to play the soprano sax part in fingerstyle, with the melody and the rhythm on one single guitar. The tab of my arrangement is available on my website. Do me a favor and click the like button, and let's do it! Streets. This song is so magical. I was a teenager when it first came out, and I always loved it. I waited for it to come on the record. So it's in F minor, and on the record we have double bass played by Sting himself, then a keyboard pad and a soprano sax come in, only with a hi-hat on the 2 and the 4 to keep the tempo. I played with a capo on the first fret, but I still think it would be best if we keep on thinking in F and not in E as the capo was the first fret, because there's a bit of movement on the fretboard and it would get confusing. Let's see the basic chords first. It starts with the G minor 7 flat 5, like this. Then it goes into a C7. Then it goes into an F minor. As I said, I am still thinking in F, even if the positions, this is a B7 and this is an E minor, but let's keep on thinking in the real key because it will be easier later. So we have, as I said, G half diminished, minor 7 flat 5, C7, and F minor. Then we do that again. I see faces as they pass beneath the pale lamplight. Now here Sting does a descending line with a double bass. At this point in the song we just have double bass and voice. So pale lamplight. So we go from F minor to F minor over E, F minor over E flat, F minor over D. Alright, which is the 6th of F minor. Then we go into D flat. I've no choice but to follow. So it's D flat, C7 again. That call, F minor. Then we go into the bright lights, D half diminished, minor 7 flat 5, G7, the people. Then we go on D flat again. D flat 7 would be better. And the moon and all, C7. Then we start again with the G flat. I pray every day to be strong, for I know what I do must be wrong. And we do the descending line again. Then we go into D flat. Oh, you'll never see my shade. C7 again. Oh, hear the sound of my feet. We do the descending chromatic bass line. While there's a moon, we go on D flat, over Bourbon, C7, Street. And here comes the Sax Interlude. The form of the song just goes repeating this A section 3 times, alternating it with the interlude, the Sax Interlude. Actually, in the original version, there's a little orchestral part in the middle, which I did not cover in my arrangement. So for the first part, I just play the chords exactly as they are, and my right hand just plays the boom chick. The only thing I'm adding, especially as the song progresses, is that I add a little bit of these 2 fingers of the right hand to give it a bit more movement. So instead of just doing this, I do a little bit of this. So it's thumb, first, thumb, second. And this gives the song a bit of movement, of pace. But basically I'm just playing the chords till now. Then we go into the second verse directly, where I actually change things quite a bit. We start with G minor 7 flat 5, as it is in the original. Then we go into the C7, but in the song, in Sting's version, you got actually a flat 5 on that chord. So you got C7, flat 5, that resolves into the natural 5 right before ending the measure. Since I wanted to avoid to raise my first finger to play the flat 5, what I did is I actually barred to get a flat 9 and also the flat 5, which I resolve at the end with the pinky. Then what I do is I do the descending chromatic bass line, also using a little melody on top. These are the chord voicings that I use. And remember that I have a tab on my website for this. Then we do this again. So G minor 7 flat 5, C7 flat 9 flat 5, a lot of flats. Then I put this chord, which is a minor 6 chord, an F minor 6, like an innocent lamb. Then I do this little lick. So while doing the boom chick, I do a little phrase with my pinky and my first finger. So I pull off while plucking 3 strings together, 1 with the thumb and then 2 with these 2 fingers. Then I pull off, hammer on while playing the F on the bass. Then I play an A flat with my first finger, like this. Pull off with my first finger, still doing the boom chick, so this F is right with this A flat. And I do this last hammer on, ending with the chick of the boom chick. Then we go into these voicings. We have the D flat chord that I like to play like this, so I'm adding to a regular D flat in the shape of a C actually, but it's still a D flat. I like to add the 6th and the 7th. Then we go into the C chord, the C7, which I transformed like this. So we do have the 5, but we also have the flat 6. So together these 2 chords sound very good to my ear. Oh, you'll never see my shade at noon. I do this movement on the bass. This little lick, I do this with the hammer on. Which is kind of clashing, but it sounds good. Especially because you're resolving into this, which is the D minor 7 flat 5. Then we go into the G, where I add a flat 9 by removing my 3rd finger and putting it onto the A flat up here. So it's... Then we go again into the D flat voicing that I showed you, where I play the 6th and the 7, the major 7 together. By the light of the moon. Then I do this little trick here. So this is a C7 position, but it also has an open F because of the capo. And I pull off the G note. Then I fret an A flat. And then go back to G. Then we go back into G minor 7, flat 5, C7, all the chords that I already showed you, until we get into the interlude. And the interlude is played in a fingerstyle fashion where I do play the melody together with the rhythm. Let me show you. Okay, so we have the boom chick going. With this position I fret with the pinky and the third finger, an A flat and a C, and I play 3 chords at the same time with my 3 fingers of the right hand while doing the boom chick. And I start with an F on the bass, and then I go into an A flat. Then I switch into B flat minor, where I also add a little passing ghost note with my index finger. Then we go into C7, but with a sharp 5. Then we do it again. And then we do something a little different. We go to B flat again, but we use this position. I use my pinky and my first finger because I like to just move this cluster on the neck. So I start by playing a B flat note, but then I pull it off. And then I play with the thumb the G. Then I play with my second finger, my middle finger of the right hand, an open C note. Then I switch to the 6th fret and I play together a C and a D flat, going into a C7 flat 9 chord. And as you see, these 2 fingers didn't move, they came from here and they went here. I like to find this type of patterns while arranging because they make the notes ring a little more. And then I repeat it. Now let's take a look at the cascading harmonics I do. Basically, I'm just playing natural harmonics at the 6th, at the 8th, and on the 13th fret. Like this. Then I play an open F. I do this little trick. Open string, hammer on, slide, slide, pull off. Then I play this B and pull it off, slide to G, slide back, pull off, play a C, then an F, and go to the F sharp with my thumb. So what I come up with is a C7 chord, but I am barring, so I'm actually adding a flat 9. And I am also having the F sharp on the bass. So the bass is actually a flat 5 substitution. And this is a weird chord, but it does sound good when you do this little trick. And you do this with the Lenny Brew technique, which is the Harp Harmonic. I showed it many times. I might do another video, but just quickly, what you do is just play an harmonic with your thumb and your first finger like this. Then you go up 3 strings and you play the single string, in this case the G. Then you do another harmonic going down a string and keep on going. So Going down backwards, you actually skip only 2 strings. So harmonic, 2 strings up, harmonic, 2 strings up, and so on. Alright, if you subscribe to the channel, please click the bell and activate notifications. It's the only way YouTube will let you know when I post new videos like this. And if you already are a subscriber, do the same, click the bell. Alberto Lombardi,